She needs an enforcer. She needs a brute that will wreck people if they wreck her.
Caitlin Clark's rookie season felt more like a wrestling tryout than basketball. Defenders pushed, shoved, and swiped at her like it was open season. But those days are officially over. The Indiana Fever have transitioned from a rebuilding squad to a team that protects its star. If you come for Caitlin now, you'd better come with ice packs, because the Fever just signed enforcers in sneakers. The era of cheap shots is done.
I feel like I'm getting hammered.
Meet the new recruits for the Fever, Natasha Howard, Sophie Cunningham, Brianna Turner, and Dana Borner. These aren't just seasoned veterans. They are tough, fearless, and more than ready to back up their star, Caitlin Clark. If anyone dares to breathe too hard on her, Angel Reese, Kennedy Carter, AJA Wilson, or DJ Jane Carrington, you might want to reconsider those hard fouls. Because now, it's not just about taking on Caitlin. You'll have to face the enforcer squad.
She needs an enforcer, and if it ain't gonna be me, Michelle Rappaport, like, where is Charlize Oakley? Doesn't her team have like a Zavaria McDaniels or a Rakisha Mahorn? She needs like a goon on her team, because when your star player that's bringing so much money, so much attention to the league, and it's a collective, it's a bunch of them, it's been brewing.
This wasn't just about adding talent, it was a statement. The Fever aren't just looking to compete, they are setting their sights on dominance. And they are doing it while ensuring their franchise player doesn't have to hit the floor every time she crosses half court. Caitlin Clark's critics? Consider yourselves officially put on notice.
But sometimes you need one of those players on your team. You need one of those enforcers. Every good player, by the way. Every good player, every good team that is a super duper star. Most of the time have enforcer type player.
Let's take a moment to rewind and remember what Caitlin Clark's WNBA debut was really like. She entered the court with the future of the league resting on her shoulders, and she delivered fireworks. But instead of a warm welcome, she got bodychecked like she owed someone money. What was supposed to be basketball felt more like a hockey game, with some players seemingly more suited for a different kind of contact sport.
Hot topic going on right now. Caitlin Clark says she got cheap shotted against the sky. I mean, throughout the season, she's been getting beat up. Hard screens, elbows, knocked down.
Make no mistake, this wasn't just typical rookie treatment. What Caitlin Clark faced went beyond the usual physicality. The level of aggression she encountered crossed into what could only be described as targeted harassment. Game after game, she took elbows to the ribs, arms across her neck, and hits to the hips that accidentally sent her sprawling. It didn't take long for the numbers to confirm what we all knew. 17% of all flagrant fouls in the league were committed against Caitlin Clark. That's not just a stat, that's a glaring neon sign that says, "We're coming for you."
That's all I see. They try so long to get respect for women's basketball, and then they treat it like a junior high school girl's locker room. Junior high school girl antics on the court.
Now, let's talk villains. The Chicago Sky went full heel turn, delivering 80% of those flagrant fouls against Caitlin Clark. Coincidence? Please. That's not defense, that's a mission. A mission to intimidate, rattle, and break her. And leading the charge, Angel Reese, of course. She proudly turned hard fouls into highlight reels. One drive, in particular, saw Reese lay Clark out in a way that had fans gasping, commentators squirming, and Clark. She simply got up, adjusted her ponytail, and calmly drained a three the very next play. Now, that's cold.
Clark! Hammer!
And then there's DJ Jane Carrington. Let's just say she's never met a hard foul she didn't like. The list of players trying to knock Caitlin Clark off her game is long, but that list is about to meet its match. Remember when Carrington outright denied even poking Clark in the eye? Yeah, we haven't forgotten.
And Clark. I mean, that's clearly foul, which was called. The question is, will they call it unnecessary? Kennedy Carter.
The Fever weren't about to let their generational superstar carry that burden alone again. So, what did they do? They built a wall. A wall named Natasha, Sophie, Brianna, and Dana.
You went and kind of swatted at Caitlin. Did you intend to hit her in the eye? And if so, could you just, or if not, either way, could you talk about what happened on that play?
I don't even know why I would intend to hit anybody in the eye. That doesn't even make sense to me. But no, I didn't. I didn't know I hit her, actually. I was trying to make a play on the ball, and I guess I followed through and I hit her. So obviously it's never intentional. That's not even like the type of player that I am.
Let's start with Natasha Howard, the cornerstone of defense in this new Indiana regime. She's not just experienced. She's a 3-time WNBA champion and former Defensive Player of the Year. She's played alongside legends, guarded MVPs, and never backs down. Howard is the type of player who makes opponents think twice before trying anything shady. The moment she steps on the floor next to Caitlin Clark, the atmosphere shifts. That extra shove from Carrington, the blindside screen from Wilson, not happening with Natasha in the building.
It's going to be Caitlin Clark flash show. So it's going to be phenomenal playing with a point guard, like you said, that have a good vision on the court, because that's like, as soon as she get the ball in her hand, she's throwing it up because she already see the person down the court before she even get the ball in her hand. So that's one thing I love about her vision on the court. I really can't wait to catch all those passes and give her all the assists that she needs.
Howard doesn't do subtle. She sends messages with blocks, boards, and the kind of mean mug that makes even the boldest forwards second-guess themselves. She's here to anchor the defense and deliver a simple warning to anyone with dirty fouls on their mind. Try it. We dare you.
The signing of Natasha Howard represents a massive step forward for the Indiana Fever and their quest for a championship. In Howard, the Fever gain a 3-time WNBA champion, a Defensive Player of the Year, an All-Star, and a veteran with more than 300 games played.
Last season, Caitlin Clark took hit after hit. Defenders targeted her with reckless abandon, thinking they could push her around without facing any real consequences. But that fantasy is officially dead. The Indiana Fever went out and got serious muscle this offseason, and Natasha Howard's arrival changes everything. No more hard fouls without pushback. No more flagrant shots going unanswered. Now, when Clark steps onto the court, she's got a certified enforcer by her side, a champion, a defensive powerhouse, and someone who commands respect the moment she checks in. It's a whole new ball game.
That, and we haven't yet touched upon what Howard does best: defend. Howard was named Defensive Player of the Year in 2019 and has finished in the top 10 of the Defensive Player of the Year voting 3 times in her career. Howard has averaged at least 1 block and 1 steal per game in each of her last 7 seasons. And that versatility is really what makes her a weapon on defense.
But Natasha Howard isn't just here to throw elbows. She's also an elite two-way player. Coming off a season where she averaged 17.6 points, 6.7 rebounds, and nearly 3 assists per game, that's serious production. She's also a legitimate threat from deep, adding another floor spacer to help open up lanes for Clark's wizardry and Boston's post dominance. Howard's impact goes far beyond the box score. A 3-time WNBA champion and former Defensive Player of the Year, she knows what it takes to win at the highest level. And she's bringing that championship mindset to a young Indiana team hungry for a title. With over 50 playoff games under her belt, she's exactly the kind of steadying presence this team needs.
Season with a minimum of 25 games played, Natasha Howard was one of just 13 players to average 18 points per game. She was one of 16 players to average 7 rebounds per game. And the list of players to average both 18 and 7 last year, short and elite. Asia Wilson, Brianna Stewart, Nafisa Collier, Brittany Griner, and yes, Natasha.
Make no mistake, Natasha Howard is not here simply to be part of the team. She's here with a clear and unwavering commitment. In her own words, "I'm excited to return to Indiana and bring my experience and toughness to the team. I want to help Caitlin and the Fever compete at the highest level." That is the essence of leadership, of purposeful intent. And it's exactly what the Indiana Fever has been missing. The message is unmistakable. If you're coming for Caitlin Clark, be prepared to face Natasha Howard.
Trust. We gotta make sure we trust each other. When we trust each other, we can go a long way. And that's one thing that like when everybody come back from playing whatever they doing and stuff and training before training camp start, that's when we need to start coming together and getting to know each other off the court instead of on the court, because if you know your teammate off the court, that it'd be easy when you on the court. So yeah, that's one thing we need to dig in more deeply is trusting each other.
Now, let's shift focus to another key addition for the Fever this season, Sophie Cunningham. If you thought Indiana was getting pushed around last year, think again. Cunningham is here to flip the script. She's not just a three-point shooter. She brings the grit, the toughness, and the tenacity to stand her ground when the game gets physical. In today's WNBA, that kind of edge is crucial, and Cunningham is ready to make her presence felt.
Just so excited to be here. I'm from the Midwest, and so for me to kind of get back to my roots and be close to my family, I'm so excited. Like when I say that I am refreshed and I am motivated, and I just like kind of feel like my spark is back. Everyone thinks I've been feisty. You've not even seen the feisty side of me yet, so this should be really fun. But for me, I'm excited to be closer to home. I'm excited to deep dive into the community of Indiana. I've already met a lot of really cool people. I'm excited to inspire the next generation of young boys and girls around here, get to know the community more. But I promise you that I'm just ready to just like win. I'm ready to win. I'm ready for y'all to be there. But like I said, you guys haven't even seen fight.